Hi everybody and welcome to this Friday afternoon live tarot session. I've got my deck of Radiant Rider-Waite cards here. If you have a question, then please just type it in and I will answer it for you. It's really nice to be with you. It has been one doozy of a week. I don't know if you've been feeling Mercury retrograde, but for me, it's really kind of hit hard. It's hello, Amanda. Good morning. Hi, guys. I've done the daily tarot reading for tomorrow. So tomorrow looks like a wonderful day. Things are going to chill out, and it's time for you to explore and to have fun. Also, remember to watch the video on the partial lunar eclipse that's coming up on the 16th of July, because that's super, super important, and it's going to have a really wonderful effect on you for the next 6 months. Eclipses are interrupted, so the effects last for 6 months. So it's going to allow you to work smarter, not harder. So watch that, it's really important. Okay, so let's answer some questions. Can I have a card for Van? This is Inez. Card for Van. Van needs to decide what the actual plan is, because right now everything is up in the air and nothing's happening because you haven't set a goal, or Van hasn't set a goal, a target, a plan, a mission. There's no one direction to go in, so nothing is moving. Card for a relationship, ZZ. Okay, ZZ, this is for you. It's not going anywhere, and it's a good relationship. Again, I'm doing you somewhat of a disservice by just pulling two cards for a whole relationship. I mean, these are two human beings we're talking about, right? So it would be better if I did an actual reading for you where I analyze your birth charts and I analyze the other person's birth chart. I combine them and I see how you two work as a couple, whether you're soulmates, whether you're twin flames, whether you're not compatible. The cards are saying don't go anywhere. It's absolutely has a wonderful, joyous future, and this is a good match. Guys, if you would like a reading with me, then go head over to the website gregoryscott.com and order it there. That's where you can order readings with me and chart rectifications. If you don't know the time of birth, you can order those over there. Also, like curse removals, if you feel like you're cursed and things aren't going your way. It's a real thing and it's not a real thing. I experienced this myself and I went to a witch doctor. Everyone thought that was hilarious, but I went because I really felt cursed. So it's a real thing and a not real thing, but if you give it power, then it really can ruin your life. So if you're interested in that, get in touch. Also the course, if you want to learn how to read tarot cards yourself, take the course. And yeah, there's loads on the website, so check it out, gregoryscott.com. And also, I've discovered Instagram for real. Like, I have, there are all these funny little memes and stuff, and I do loads of dumb little stuff on Instagram. I just have fun with it. So if you just want to laugh, go to Instagram and look for me. It's Gregory Scott 444. Don't expect like brain surgery, rocket science. It's not like that. It's like dumb dad jokes, okay? And me just enjoying myself. Like posting pictures of my legs and posting like little joke memes and stuff. So if you just want to have a laugh and just lighten the mood, because I find I can either cry or I can laugh when things go wrong. And I try to laugh and I try to cheer myself up. So Gregory Scott 444 on Instagram. This is for Pascal Monica. Problems with job finding, please advice. Okay, so first of all, you're not really sure what you ought to be doing, okay? So you don't know what you're really good at and what your hopes and dreams are. So it would be ideal for you to figure out, first of all, what your life purpose is and what your vocational aptitudes are. And that can easily be discovered in an astrology reading. So have a reading with me. We can really look at that. If you feel like you know what you love, but you can't do it, because you have to work your way up, then take the junior position and work hard at it with a view to get to that senior position that you want to have. But the main problem that I feel isn't that there's a lack of availability for you. I think what the main problem is that you're not quite sure of what you want, and therefore you kind of like, you've got one foot on the gas pedal and one foot on the brakes, and that's why things aren't happening. So get clarity. There's absolutely nothing holding you back in terms of getting a job. You will get a job soon, but just get the emotional side of things clear in your head, saying, I do want this job because it leads to something better. I am enjoying this. I will want to do this. And then apply, and you'll really be given a job very soon. This is a blessing from the universe. Okay. So to the person who just paid me $10, Zizi, thank you so much. You're so generous. I really appreciate that. You guys, I am always, I don't want to get all mushy and cloying, but I'm always so surprised at how generous you guys are to me and how much love I receive. And I just get so much good vibes from you guys. We have created the best channel on YouTube, I think. We get such good comments. Any haters get kicked out immediately, and there aren't a lot of haters. And we have created such a great community, and I'd encourage you guys to speak to each other, because all of you are so tuned in and you're all seekers and you really get it. So talk to each other and help each other out, and like swap email addresses, and like, do readings for each other, because you guys really know. You're really a bunch of amazing people. I love you guys. So thank you so much. Please share this broadcast as well so that more people get to see it. And hit the subscribe button on my channel. Avalon 8852, advice for my son Dylan. I might be heading back to the Isle of Avalon at the end of August. So Avalon, work advice for your son Dylan. Let's see. The obstacles are going to be pulled out of his way very soon. Justice, what he puts in, he gets out. So if he actually applies for jobs, he will get a job. I don't see that there's a lot of that happening. I think there's conflict with other people, and other things are a priority before him getting a job. So he's not doing very much. And I'm sorry, if he's telling you that he is applying his little behind off and he's working so hard applying for loads of jobs, I really don't see that he is. I think that he is addressing conflicts with his friends and with his relationships first, and the job side of things is secondary. And also, I really don't feel like his mind is on work at all. And again, I really don't feel like he knows what his dream career is. So work is kind of on the periphery of his consciousness. And it's not that he's not ambitious, but it's not that he feels driven to be like, okay, this is my life's work. This is my vocation. This is what I'm going to be remembered for. I'm going to devote myself to that. I don't think he's in that space. So because he's not in that space, he's focusing and wasting his time on other things. He could also benefit from having a reading. I'm sorry, this isn't to advertise solely my readings, guys. Sorry. But again, when I draw up your natal chart or his natal chart, I can see I need the time of birth, place of birth, and date of birth. And I see the blueprint of your soul, vocational aptitudes, life purpose, strengths and weaknesses, what's destined in love and romance and relationships and all of that stuff. So, yeah, if he doesn't know, then of course he's not going to put everything he's got into it, because it's just like, ugh, I'm going to do a job for the money and just focus on my relationships. That's where it's at. Fundamentally, he doesn't have any problems finding a job. But why do a job that just pays the bills when you can do a job that is really meaningful and that actually leads to something wonderful? Hi, Eileen. Thank you so much. Card for you. This is for Eileen. We've got the Hierophant, okay? So whatever group you're belonging to, or whatever you have aligned yourself with, what spiritual work you're doing, it's really paying off. You really feel included and loved and part of something. And you may be asked to step up and represent the group or something like that, or you may push to put yourself in the spotlight or limelight in that group. And that's not happening right now. So you've got to find a way of setting up your own, um, making yourself public and putting yourself in the public via your own space. So it's great that you're doing very well within this group that you've chosen, but when you try and put yourself in the spotlight through that group, then that doesn't work. And it's frustrating for you. So, Eileen, I would really suggest that you start your own website or a YouTube channel and that you really give yourself the space to talk about your services that you do rather than trying to get permission from other people to announce them and broadcast them, because that's 50 years ago, okay? 50 years ago, we needed a publisher, we needed permission from a network to be on air, we needed to write a proposal so that the BBC would give us a 20-minute slot. Those times are over, okay? I'm sitting in my living room. I've decided that I want to talk to you guys and do my readings. I have no permission from anybody, and I get to do it. That's the beauty of being alive right now. You can create your own virtual space and your own presence online. And Eileen, I really think it's time for you to step into the limelight. That's what's destined for you right now. And that's what's going to lead for you to walk through a financial door that's going to lead to more riches and abundance. And it's going to be a weight off your shoulders. Okay? Thank you, Princess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Princess, I'm going to pull a card for you, Princess. Let go of financial worries. You've got nothing to worry about. Laura, dream job for you from Portugal. Okay, this is something you've been giving a lot of thought. And again, dream job with drawing up your birth chart will tell me what your vocational aptitudes are. But what I'm getting, that you ought to work in communications, marketing, advertising, working for a company where you take on the public relations role, communications role, being the face of the company, that kind of stuff, where you work with the public and the media. That's what I feel is your ideal job. But again, I'm doing you a disservice just by pulling a couple of cards, and I'm relying heavily on my intuition there. That's telling me that she's a communicator. She's very mercurial in the way that she thinks. She's good at communicating with other people. But again, I don't find that there is a problem kind of finding work. What I think the problem is that you don't find work that's a joy and a pleasure to you, and you do jobs for the money. Everybody listening, this is for everyone right now, okay? Don't ever do a job for the money. I know we have to do it sometimes to get by. Oh my God, Amy, I don't know what to say to that. You're making me blush. Okay, we all have to do jobs sometimes to get by, to just get through the world, to pay our bills, to put food on the table. When we have those jobs, we need to try and scrape the energy together to transition into the jobs that we do love to do, because again, we're not here to do jobs for the money because they pay us less anyway. We're here to do work and follow our purpose, to do jobs that really use our talents, our God-given talents, and that create value on this planet. And when we all do that, we earn a lot more money and we thrive and succeed, and we don't have to scrape through every month, and we also feel a sense of fulfillment through our work. So that goes for all of us, okay? So that's for everyone listening, not just the last person I answered. Planting with Jessica, my relationship with Cory, please. Okay, so again, I could do a synastry chart where I combine your charts and compare them to see if you're soulmates, but just pulling a card on you and Cory. Nothing to be afraid of in terms of moving ahead. So if he's proposed or if he said, let's move in together, and you're kind of scared to do that, there's nothing to be afraid of. There seems to be a reluctance, a lot of obstacles in terms of you moving forward. What has stood in the way of the two of you progressing with this relationship? Is it that you don't love him as much as he loves you? What is it that's been holding you back? Because you guys are meant for each other, and you can have a wonderful soulmate relationship with kids and the whole shebang. And the dream home and settle down and really be kindred spirits, soulmates, twin flames, whatever you want to call it, Cory is a great guy for you. If you want me to look at it in more detail, then please order a reading with me on gregoryscott.com. But as far as the cards are saying, there's been stuff that has prevented the two of you from moving forward. And stop juggling those things that keep you apart and just take the plunge, because you guys are really awesome for each other. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so happy, Jessica, that that's your response, and I really feel that he is your soulmate. So don't doubt anymore and just go ahead, and don't juggle the like, should I, shouldn't I, should I. Just go for it. Cory's amazing. I wish I had a Cory in my life. He's the best. He's your soulmate. He's amazing. Simone Hurley, happy Friday. Happy Friday, Simone, and happy Friday to all of you guys joining me. I hope you've got a fabulous weekend planned. Plus, I did the daily tarot reading for tomorrow. Tomorrow looks like a wonderful day. So if you want to have a day out or be with your partner or your loved one, super, super day for that. And check out the eclipse video on the 16th. It's really going to educate you in the sense of how to work smarter, not harder, and it lasts for 6 months. So, Simone, thank you. Could I pull a card for you? Of course. Okay, and you're a Libra, are you? Okay, so Simone, let's see. Card for Simone. The Hermit. So going within yourself to understand who you really are. Strength in reverse. When strength is this way around, it's the Hermit. It's understanding your own inner demons and handling them. That's in reverse. So you have done the inward looking stuff. You've been the Hermit. You've looked within. You've seen your strengths and weaknesses. You've analyzed yourself. You don't need to manage your own inner and outer demons anymore. There's not enough friendship in your life. Stop isolating yourself. Stop analyzing why certain things aren't working. You know the laws of the universe. You know that when you create joy and love and happiness within yourself and you make the landscape within joyous and beautiful, that it will be manifested in the real world. You tend to analyze yourself and see what's wrong with me and why is this not working and why am I not doing this and why is this not done. You've done the inner work. You can chill, okay? And you can enjoy yourself with friends. You don't have the inner demons that are tormenting you. You can enjoy yourself and really just take a load off, okay? Just enjoy yourself and don't work so hard at self-improvement. You have come leaps and bounds and miles and amazing. You have come so far, Simone. So please don't be so hard on yourself and recognize how far you've come. Okay, guys, no more payments, please. Thank you so much for sending me payments, but no more, please, because I won't be able to get through all of these otherwise. So, thank you. And the payments are good because if you're frustrated and I never answer your questions and you've been on 80,000 of my live things and you've asked the same things and you never get answered, then at least you've got the option to be highlighted. So that's why I've included them here. So no more payments, please, but thank you. And please share the broadcast so other people can see this, because some of these things are universal, like the manifestation of good things in our lives that isn't just for Simone or for Jessica, it's for all of us. So Donna, Gregory, how will the future few months pan out for myself and my children? You don't need to go anywhere. There's no negativity that you're expecting. That you're expecting to kind of haunt you and that you kind of have to overcome and look over your shoulder. That's done with. You've resolved the issue. It's over. There was a problem, but you've dealt with it through your intellect, and it's not going to come back and bite you in the behind. It's done. It's resolved. So the next few months with you and your children look carefree, footloose, fancy-free, go celebrate, go party. It's time to enjoy your family life. There are no problems coming up. Angelia. Seven of Pentacles. You're not taking enough pleasure in your own successes. You're fighting too hard and competing with other people, and you feel like you're a failure. And you feel like you're a failure despite the fact that you've achieved great, amazing things, because you're comparing yourself to other people. And when you compare yourself, why farewell? Why are you saying farewell to her? I hope she's still here because I'm answering her questions. Angelia, the thing is, when you compare yourself, you compare your insides with someone's outsides. Do you see what I mean? So I feel everything I feel about myself. Let's say I have some anxiety and some low self-esteem, and I make 5,000 a year, okay? And then I compare myself to Brad Pitt, who's gorgeous, who has had several wives and has got a load of children, and he makes millions. I'm going to be like, well, he's achieved so much in my life and I am nothing in comparison to that. I don't know what's going on with him internally. I don't know how he feels about his life. I don't know whether he's miserable or happy. This is so interesting, but I was reading this story about this guy who was in a relationship, and his boyfriend always forced him to go to the gym. And the boyfriend was always in the gym because he had this amazing physique. So he would say to that boyfriend, "Oh, you haven't been in the gym today. What are you eating?" So these two guys on the surface looked like the perfect couple. They had these amazing rocking bodies. They looked so in love. They had pictures of each other on Instagram kissing. And you would look at them, and most people would turn green with envy because it's just like, oh my God, this is such a great relationship. But then when you got down to it, to the truth of it, the guy felt totally insecure because he's like, I can't eat what I want. If I miss a day of the gym, my boyfriend is going to be on my case and he's going to make me feel bad. So he's going to guilt trip me. So I have to be in the gym every day. And the other guy really was controlling and unhappy, and he only wanted the other guy for his looks. And if he put on a bit of belly fat or whatever, then he wasn't interested anymore. So it wasn't even a genuine relationship. It was a relationship built on a physical attraction. And that's basically a very long, drawn out one night stand. That is not a relationship. You fall in love with the spirit of someone. Yes, you may be attracted to someone's outsides first, but a real relationship is about knowing someone truly and supporting them and wanting them to be the best they can be, and seeing that person as an angel who you're honored to be in their life, you know? Not just, oh, you've gained 5 pounds, we're no longer compatible. It's ridiculous. Okay, so lost identity. Uh-oh, that's already not good. You can never lose your identity. Your identity is always held in the hand of the universe, of the divine. You're never lost. You're always home. Your guide, your angels, your ancestors, they're always around you. My relation with Donovan, he's from 2310 and I'm in 27/7. So he was born on the 23rd of October and you were born on the 27th of July. Okay. So unless I have your date of birth, place of birth, and time of birth, if I don't have all three, I can't really do much with it. And also I don't have my astrology stuff with me. So that again is a case for synastry. That's what it's called when you compare two charts in astrology. Guys, please share this broadcast. Just underneath the screen, click on share, and then share it on Twitter and Facebook and all the other things. That would really help me, and put like hashtag Gregory Scott or live tower reading or whatever. So lost identity, relationship for you and Donovan. Just bear in mind, I'm just pulling one card on something as complex as two human beings. So I'm doing you a disservice. But you already know what your relationship is with Donovan. And you're not doing anything about it because you're scared of when you look at what it really is, what you're going to find, and that you're going to have to cut it off. And that's why you're not looking at it. That's why you've avoided looking at it for so long, because you realize that if you really look at the truth of your relationship, you'll see that you really aren't a good match, and that he takes a lot more than he gives you. I don't want to be flip here. and get on your nerves. But that's why you may feel a sense of your identity being lost, because he certainly doesn't give you anything to build you up as a person. He certainly doesn't build your confidence, creates an identity within. It's just about having his needs met all the time, and it's him. And you're not here to please other people. You're not here to live other people's lives for them or to meet all of their needs. You're here to please yourself as well and to achieve your soul mission. So have a reading with me. Just go to gregoryscott.com and we can look at this properly. But just looking at via the cards and my intuition, they're telling me that you and Donovan are not a good match. Okay, because I get that he takes and takes and takes, and you compromise yourself and you align yourself with his needs and you do what he wants and you never get anything back. Babes, hey, Greg, hello, a card for my wife and I. Okay, babes. Card for your wife and you? 8 of Cups. So you may feel like the grass is greener elsewhere, but you've been through everything and you realize that the grass really isn't greener and that this is what you're destined to be doing. So maybe if you've had problems, I am not into this. I would not do this myself, but I'm being told an open relationship might work for you. If the two of you are bored sexually and you're like, we love each other, but it's not happening sexually, should we open this up? That's something to consider. But I really think that the two of you are meant to be together. I really think it's a great relationship. I think you're soulmates. So if one of you is thinking of leaving or exploring or, you know, bringing other people into the relationships, then something's missing. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, people have needs. So you can either open the relationship up or see what's not happening and try and meet those needs and bring more excitement into it. But I really just think that it's a sense of I am not getting enough attention. And I think that's the fundamental core problem, that the other person doesn't feel seen and that the attention isn't there. So it's not so much about the sex. It's not so much about the passion and the drama and all of that. I think it's the very basic, I don't feel seen. You know, it's called micro attention or something like that. When someone comes home at the end of the day and they're like, oh, you won't believe what happened to me. You got to take the bait. You know, if you're busy cooking and your husband or your wife comes in and says, oh, you won't believe what happened to me at work today, and you don't take the bait and you just keep chopping the tomatoes, and that person is then just standing there and then doesn't hear anything from you and walks out the room, it's devastating. It's like she doesn't even care. And that's a micro aggression, like micro attention deficit. You say, what happened today? What upset you so much? Oh my God, what happened? You put the knife down, you stop chopping the tomatoes, and you pay attention. And I think there's something like that going on with you two on a very subtle level where someone isn't being heard. And that's all you need to sort out. So it's communication. Maybe see a therapist, a counselor, if that's something that you can afford. But I really think the relationship is worth saving. Okay. Good morning from Phoenix. A card, please, lovely Greg. Okay, Patty Bates. Hello, Patty. The Magician in reverse. Okay. You are not taking action the way you're supposed to because you doubt yourself. But with the guy, stop payments, please. No more payments. And you're meant to move forward with your own ideas, Patty, and reach your own lights at the end of the tunnel, your own divine royal thoughts and ideas. And you need to push to do that. You're in a golden cage, I'm being shown. A golden cage of everything being glorious, but you can't put yourself out there because you're afraid you're going to make a fool of yourself or you're going to fall on your face. And that's the ego saying, don't do this because you won't succeed. And the greater the fear and the bigger the obstacle, the greater the treasure on the other side. And I really think that you're a magician. And I think that you independently need to create something that is unique and is just from you. And when you do that, Patty, you're going to be a success. I'm really excited for you. Seriously, I get a sense of, like, this hasn't got anything to do with me. I feel pretty normal today. My filling is still in. I'm just waiting for it. I'm not eating anything. I'm just, because it'll fall out again. I feel pretty normal, but as soon as I got your energy into my space, I get such a sense of excitement. So really do something with that. It's gonna like make you go, I'm buzzing, you know? May I please ask, what are Ali's current feelings towards me? Okay, Ali's current feelings towards you, Shariza. Ali adores you, but Ali is a little bit immature when it comes to his feelings. He's not done this before. He's not like a player. He's conflicted, doesn't know what he wants sometimes. He's in a fog. He's not totally clear on what he's doing at all. Doesn't know where to go, what to do. But he adores you in his own way, and that, with all the other things that are coming at him, do I love this? Do I want to do that? He's just a little bit muddled. So Ali is someone who you can't expect a clear path, organized vision for his life, because the boy's a little bit of a mess, okay? And the boy's a little bit confused, and he's like, should I do this or should I do that? Or is that going to make me happy? Or maybe I should try that. Or maybe this identity will fit me. He's still very immature and he's trying to find himself. And if you haven't even found yourself, it's very hard to be there for someone else. So he does adore you. I see that. He does love you. The passion's there. The love is there. But he doesn't know himself. So if you... How do I say this? How can I love someone truly, madly, deeply, truly, and be there for them if I don't know who I am? Because then who's the one doing the loving? Where's the love coming from? It's not solid. It's fleeting. So don't expect commitment from Ali. Don't expect to settle with Ali. Don't expect great security with Ali, because he doesn't have that for himself. And he may do a left turn and suddenly move country. I wouldn't be surprised with Ali if he just says, oh, okay, up and gone, we're moving to another continent this week. I really think that he is all over the place, and you don't need to place your hopes and your dreams in someone's basket who is so careless with your hopes and dreams and swings them around and is just careless because he doesn't know any better, and who is totally just focused on his mess that's going on. So let him adore you, live in the moment, but please don't make anything out of it that it isn't, because it isn't much. Ali doesn't know what's going on. What are my SO's intentions towards me right now? Thank you. I don't know what an SO is, but what are the SO's intentions? The intentions are to kind of create discord, upheaval, to either get rid of you or get you stuck and to get you to move on elsewhere. SO, what could that be? Standing officer? Significant other. Okay, your significant other wants to end the relationship. He wants to gaslight you and he wants to move on. And he wants you to move on. So he doesn't have the balls to just break up with you. I'm sorry. I can look at this in more detail via the astrology. So if you'd like to have a more in-depth reading of this relationship, go to gregoryscott.com, click on the readings tab to audio reading, and I need his place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, I can rectify the chart and get the time of birth. Then I need the same for you. I put your charts together to do a composite chart and I see whether you're compatible. But my intuition and my cards are saying that this person is intimidated by your success. He's not in charge. and he wants to be the boss, and you're taking the attention away from him. So the significant other seems like someone just called him a narcissist. I don't know if he's a narcissist, but he certainly isn't making this relationship about you. And are you happy? And how can I take care of her? And how can I enrich her life? It's more like, no one's paying attention to me. Where's my dinner? Why am I not the number one priority in this relationship? Why isn't everything that I do being done? Why am I not the king of the castle? It's really kind of retrograde. So your significant other is a little bit too comfortable. I would shake him up a little bit and say, this isn't the way it's going to work. This isn't what this is. We're not living in the 1950s anymore. If you want to keep me, you need to balance this out a little bit and realize that you may lose me. I'm not here to service you. I'm not here to, wash your clothes and have your children and please you and make you happy and go to work and create an income for the family, and you just come home and want your feet rubbed. No. I may be totally off on this, so you may be sitting there thinking, okay, like, what's he talking about? This isn't our relationship. But I really think on a fundamental level, he feels like he owes you. No, he feels like you owe him. In the relationship, you owe him a certain amount of attention, and it's your job to do that. And that is a mistake. That is a faulty belief that he's picked up somewhere. And either make that clear to him and remind him and demonstrate that that is not the way it's going to work. If it has worked that way in the past, it's not going to continue anymore. The feelings are there. I mean, he's committed to the relationship, but some faulty beliefs about what a relationship ought to look like have crept in. Maybe from his father, maybe from his heritage, maybe, I don't know, from his club that he's part of. But some idiotic ideas have entered this person's mind, and they need to be dissolved, okay? So I'm not saying the relationship is hopeless, but communication is important, and just emphasizing and reiterating that you're equals and that you choose to be in this relationship together because you're equals and because you contribute something to his life and he contributes something to your life. That's the deal. The deal is not, I have sex with you, therefore you have to clean the dishes. That is not the deal. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for that. That's a poor place to leave it. I think that was the worst example ever. Let me just pull card for my band. Okay, the classic girl. Card for your band. If you keep working at the band, you will be successful with it. You'll have a breakthrough and you'll be picked up. You're just at the beginning of it. So keep doing this with the band and you're really good. Most bands don't make it, and that's why a lot of them dissolve, because they just don't believe in themselves. And you guys are really, really good. So keep being in this band and do it, and it's likely that you're going to break through and make it. And not a lot of bands do that. The royal thoughts of the divine. Yes, it's a great idea for you to be in this band. Keep doing it. You have a great shot of making it. And there are millions of bands out there, and the Pearl Jam and Nirvana, and there's a couple that have made it, and you can make it. And we need more bands because that music comes and goes. Everything is in and out and in and out, and your band will be a success. Commit to it. Keep going with it. It'll be great. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I love you so much. Mwah. I really mean that. And like I said earlier, if you weren't here earlier, we've created a little community here on YouTube that is so positive. Like, if you read the comments, people are so nice. So if you guys have questions and stuff, ask each other, because a lot of people among you are super intuitive and psychic, and a lot of you are seekers, and you're very experienced with the spiritual realms. And talk to each other, to help each other. There are so many nice people on this channel. I'm really proud of the people that this channel is attracted, because it's not a bunch of people who are filled with hate and jealousy and who know nothing. You guys are all super brilliant and loving and caring, and you nurture other people, and it's just amazing to me. So I want to say a big thank you for being part of the channel. Please share this broadcast and subscribe so that we can continue to grow it and reach more people. That's the goal, to reach more people. That's important for the channel to survive and to grow. Talk to each other. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining me for these live broadcasts. It's a pleasure. Hit the subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. Thanks for asking questions and for being here with me. Namaste. Big kisses to you. I love you guys, and I'll speak to you soon.